Hello, Emily. First of all, thank you so much for sharing this week in our video discussion board. Appreciated everything you had to say. Throughout this course, we didn't really interact much. We had one good session during one of the classes, one of the break-off rooms, and I was very pleased to meet you then. Now that we're on the other end of this, I would say that I'd relate to a lot of what you talked about, whether it was challenges or things you enjoyed about the course, particularly what you started off talking about with the idea of being able to be fluent and open and communicative with what you're saying to the client, being clear and professional and moving forward. I think probably one of the most shocking moments throughout the entire course was the first time I had to do the transcription and had to record so many ums and uhs and likes. And I didn't really, when you listen to yourself, it's a very different process than just talking. See, just did it right there. And I found that I've used a lot of filler words, so trying to correct that in order to be that professional and polite with the clients is something that I certainly need to work on as well. I thought you had a great description when you talked about being present in listening and having that active listening discussion. I found myself throughout the whole process that active listening was hard because I was trying to accomplish a goal at the same time as being there for the client. So we'd have, in our sessions this week we were working on confrontation. And so I was listening to the client, but in the back of my head I have I'm looking for the confrontation and where to have the confrontation. And I think as we get more into actual sessions with our Practorum, something like that might come a little easier because the goal of that counseling session is, the subject that the client is bringing to you, as opposed to something that we're learning through the class and have to mark off for that week. So I think that might come more in time. Thank you again for sharing everything that you did. Thank you for being a wonderful classmate and walking with us through this journey. I wish you all the best as we move forward into this career as a helper, and I hope to see you in a future class.